All right, Jake, just tell us how you're feeling after that performance. I mean, there was so much focus here on the main event going into this, and you really made a statement there against Nate Marquardt.
Yeah, that's definitely what I've been trying to do, is come in here and just really make a statement, put a stamp on this fight tonight. I felt really focused, really relaxed coming into this fight, not a lot of stress. I mean, really just moving forward, and I've worked so much on controlling the range and moving in my footwork with my boxing coach and just getting faster. So, I know, I know I can beat anybody in the world. So, like I said, I'm just trying to stay focused and take it one fight at a time.
Did you take a lot from the Tarek Saffiedine fight with Marquardt, or do you feel that was almost an anomaly of a performance for Nate?
Not really, because I know how much people change each fight. You know what I mean? I've had bad fights, and you got to move forward and make adjustments. And I assume Nate would do the same. So I didn't really play much into that fight, but really just focused on what I can do to really control that range.
Well, you made a huge statement in this fight. What's next for you, or what would you like?
If it was up to me, I'd be fighting for the title, but that's not up to me. I really haven't put a lot of thought much past this fight because I've just been so focused on Nate Marquardt, but hopefully the number one contender.
Now, you said that you only plan on fighting for another 3 to 5 years. Is that enough time for you to get a title shot and rule the welterweight division?
Yeah, absolutely. My whole goal is just to become world champ. Once I do that, I can move on. So.
Were you confident going into the fight about your striking abilities?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I've been making a lot of adjustments each fight, and my footwork, my speed especially, and so I was very confident going into this fight.
And you did plan on keeping the fight on the feet?
Yes, absolutely. It's something I've been really focused on. I do have takedowns. I've trained a lot of wrestling, but you know what I mean. I know my potential, my speed, and my striking keeps getting better. So I'm just being focused on taking small steps forward each fight, and then and especially striking though, and getting better.
Nate was kind of protesting about the early finish. Do you agree with that?
Oh, I didn't see that. I don't know, to be honest. I'd have to watch it, but.
You thought he was out?
I did. I knew he was really hurt. He was, his hands were on the ground. So that's not my job. The ref's job to stop it. I just keep swinging until they stop the fight.
Is it at all bittersweet in the sense that here you had this great performance? I don't think it could have gone better for you, but you look at your initial opponent, and this happened with Johnny Hendricks. There's no question you are the number one contender after that.
Yeah. I'm just, like I said, moving one fight at a time. And I really want to fight for the number one, be a number one contender and for this title. So we'll see what happens these next two fights.
So, Jake, I'm seeing you looking up at the screen with Johnny Hendricks and Carlos Condit right now. What do you think of this fight and the GSP-DS fight?
I've been watching this fight. It's been fantastic. It is, and it's exactly how I thought it was going to go. Condit's a very unpredictable guy, and he's just a hard guy to fight. He's well-rounded, and it's a fun fight to watch.
As we all wait for that decision.
Yeah.
Coolio, Dangerous Minds. How was that music chosen by you? Because that had the crowd going, and it seemed to pump everyone up.
Actually, I had that song picked about 3 months ago. Cause it's funny. That's one I listen to at the gym or on the way to the gym. So I was like, this is it. I'm gonna change it up a little bit and go old school.
What did you think when the initial opponent change occurred and Nate really stepped up saying, I want this fight with Jake? He felt that it made a lot of sense to get this fight with you on 3 weeks' notice.
You know what? I've always been a big fan of Nate Marquardt. He's fought the best guys at 185. He's a former world champion. And I've never chose who I fight in the UFC. The UFC, I've never argued who I fight. I've always let that up to them. And like I said, I feel like I can beat anybody in the world. And if I really believe that, then I'm never going to pick who I fight.
Have you felt like you can beat anybody in the world for a while, or is that a new confidence that you've gained?
It's been growing. I felt like I could. Each fight I continue to get better. But yeah, I know everyone goes through some adversity and bumps and stuff, but I felt that for the last few years,
And during the weigh-in, you kept saying, it's my time, this is my time now. What was that really, that mantra that you kind of were saying to yourself?
That's just the way I'm focused, I've sacrificed so much. I've sacrificed everything, every comfort in my life I've sacrificed, whether it's be, relationships, dieting, I'm halfway, I'm not around my family, I'm going to sleep early, just all the little things that people don't even see. I've sacrificed it all, and that's why I feel like it's my time, and I know I can beat anybody in the world.
Now, next, would you like to fight a top 10 contender like Damian Maia, or would you rather avenge a loss like with Rick Story?
You know, if you I would like to fight one of the top contenders. To be, that's the way I choose. But that's not up to me.
Pushing forward to that title shot.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I've never, like I said, I've never chose who I fought before, and whoever they give me, I'll fight him and I'll beat him.